Hey gang, GMapper14 here, and this is Tech News Weekly. Got some awesome topics to go over today because this week was jam-packed of awesome stuff. So let's get started. Let's look at some amazing things that are going on. What? Alright, first up on the list, Instagram released a new free app. Of course, all of Instagram's apps are free, but this is their newest one. It is called Instagram Boomerang. So, sounds a little weird. Kind of reminds me of the name that Facebook gave their Slingshot app, where it's kind of like a Snapchat competitor. Yeah. Anyways, Boomerang is a cool little app that pretty much the internet is calling it Instagram's version of live photos, like what's on the Apple devices. I don't think so, but let's let the internet call it what they want to call it. So pretty much what happens is you click the button on the app, and it takes extremely fast amount of pictures, and so it goes and like for like 1 second, and then it loops it, so it's a constant loop video that produces from it. So if you have a video of yourself going like that, it just over and over does that over and over, looping it, and you can put it on Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. So yeah, that's really all it is. I don't think there's any audio from it or anything like that. I've done a few tests. It's really fluid and nice, and I like it personally. But I really don't see how it's a take on live photos, because live photos have a regular picture, then you have the video before and after, and yeah, I don't understand why the internet thinks that. But they have to compare it to something, because it can't just be original and new, right? Anyways, I really like the app, and it's an interesting thing, and hopefully it catches on. We'll see how popular it gets. Next up on the list is YouTube Red. It is YouTube's ad-free version. It's going to cost you $10 a month, but that sounds like a lot of money. It's actually worth it, in my opinion. Do you like Google Play Music, which is their Spotify competitor, where you pay and have unlimited access to music? That's $10 a month as well. If you pay for Google Play Music, you get YouTube Red for free included with your subscription. So if you pay $10 for music, you get this for free. Then again, if you have never heard of Google Play Music, and you just want YouTube Red, or you're like, oh, that's nice, but I don't want to spend another $10, I want Red. If you pay for Red $10 a month, you will get Google Play Music included for free with that. So either way, you're getting the other one free. So if you already have Google Play Music, you get this included in that price. If you already have YouTube Red, or if you're going to buy YouTube Red, you get Google Play Music included with the price. So that's a really nice structure of things you get. So either way, the $10 is quite worth it, because you get 2 programs for the price of 1. YouTube Red practically is just it's YouTube the way it is, without advertisements. So you're paying for like a Netflix type subscription thing. And the main difference besides the advertisements is they're going to have original programming starting next year, with their own programs and YouTube series, I guess. So that'll be interesting to see how that catches on. But only available for YouTube Red subscribers. They also have a new YouTube Music app coming out, where it's going to focus on music videos and music. So you can watch only music videos pretty much, and if you like it or click the little like button on it, it'll add it to an offline playlist. And so it's going to be like a music app that focuses on music videos and stuff like that. So that's all this new stuff coming from the new YouTube design and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting. A few months ago, YouTube came out with, I believe it was YouTube Key Music or something like that, and it was the same thing. If you're paying for Google Play Music, you get this too. And it was like an early version of what Red is going to be. Red is like the thing where they're like, all right, everyone, we're telling everybody about this. And Key was more something that was just like, all right, we're going to test this out, see how it works out. So I guess it worked out pretty well, because now they have this big program coming from it. So that's coming out by the end of this month, by the end of October. So I'm looking forward to that. It'll be nice. Since I'm already paying for Google Play Music, I won't have to pay extra to try this. So we'll see how it goes. Next up, also on the list this week, was the exact day that Marty and Doc traveled to the future. I don't know if I said the names right. I'm very sorry. But it's awesome because it happened, right? And they actually traveled to the future yesterday, a few days ago, right? Anyways, so the big deal about this was a lot of new, well, not a lot of new, but new technology was announced, because of course it's the perfect day to do it on. People are already talking about this movie, and so why would they not announce products as well? So Nike announced some really interesting shoes. If you've watched Back to the Future 2, when they went to the future, Marty, I believe, sorry, Marty put some shoes on, and the shoes automatically tied to his feet, so you didn't even have to tie the shoes. And they're called auto lacing shoes by Nike. And so I can't believe it's taken us this long to get there. But this Back to the Future Day, they announced the actual shoes you can buy. Awesome, right? Not so much, because they're going to cost you a lot of money. But the good thing is all the money they spend on these shoes will go to Parkinson's disease research and charities for that. So that's awesome, right? The only problem with that is that you most likely won't be able to buy them. There's only going to be a limited amount, and they're going to cost a lot of money. Last year, Nike released the same shoes without the auto tying feature. So they were just regular shoes where you would tie them yourself. And those were the same thing. Limited edition, looked the same, but all the money went to Parkinson's. So this year, the same thing's going to happen, where they're going to sell these awesome shoes with auto tying features and everything, but only are they going to be available only to people who donate these large amounts of money for a very limited amount of shoes. So, that kind of stinks. Also, something that was kind of disappointing about the Back to the Future was that they announced Pepsi Perfect. And if you look in the original movie, the second movie, they had a Pepsi Perfect, which is supposed to be like the perfect Pepsi drink, I guess. So anyways, they actually released that on Back to the Future Day. It sold out immediately, and people are extremely disappointed because not everyone got it. It looks just like it did in the movie and everything. I don't know how it tastes, but people were very disappointed, and they said, okay, we'll make more of it, give some more to people, so don't worry about that. So you can look forward to that coming. And the final news in this week is like I normally do. I talk about tech stuff, then bring something up non-tech related, really. But this one was awesome. This week we had Star Wars stuff. Star Wars released their final trailer, and it was amazing. I told myself I wasn't going to watch it. I've already seen the first 2 trailers, and I was like, okay, I already want to see this movie, so why do I need to see more scenes to convince myself of something I'm already convinced of? I'm not going to spoil the movie and watch the trailer. I watched the trailer. Yeah. Well, okay. The reasoning for me watching the trailer was because I was planning on buying tickets for the first day to watch the movie in theaters on the first day. Of course, the internet crashed everywhere, and the websites crashed for the people purchasing them, so it was impossible for me to get tickets. I was so disappointed by that. I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm just going to watch the trailer. And I watched the trailer. Thankfully, I was able to get tickets, though, 3 hours later of waiting, and I have tickets to see it on the first day at midnight, so that'll be awesome, but I also ruined it by watching the trailer. But it is an amazing trailer, and I highly recommend you watch it if you haven't watched it yet. It is just so amazing, and people are like, Phantom of the Menace, is that, am I saying it right? Whatever. The Phantom Menace movie was not well received by fans, even though it had a great trailer, super hype because people hadn't seen a Star Wars movie in a long time, and they're like, oh, here's Star Wars again, it's gonna be awesome, right? And people were very disappointed with how the movie turned out to be. But people are comparing it, the same thing with this one. Everyone's super hyped about it, the trailer looks awesome, but oh wait, people are giving good credit to this though, because it won't be George Lucas in charge of it. And so hopefully that means that we won't have Jar Jar Binks types characters and stuff like that. For some reason, everyone really likes the new astromech droid, the little ball one. And they're like, oh, he's so adorable, he's so cute. I can't believe they have all these toys of him. What? I mean, not to offend anybody, but I don't really think it's cute. Okay, even if it is cute and adorable, why are you so happy about it? I'm even seeing hardcore Star Wars fans falling head over heels for this new thing. They're like, oh, okay, whatever happens in this movie, I love that little droid. Okay, no offense, but this was obviously geared towards children, the ball droids, because it's a toy, kids will want this, it's like, oh, I can't believe this is awesome. Now, that's all great and fine. Okay, I can like things that are geared towards children, but here's the thing. When the final original trilogy movie came out with Ewoks in it, the fans got really angry because they're like, these are teddy bears walking around in a forest. Yes, they're fighting the stormtroopers, but hello? They're not for us adult fans. Why would we want this? And so everyone was upset about the Ewoks, okay? But they were geared towards children, and they were cute, but fans hated it. okay? And then Jar Jar Binks came out, and that was geared towards kids too. Oh, it's the crazy alien, he's hilarious, kids will love it, right? Everyone hated it. I think kids hated it too, personally. But that was another thing geared towards children for the Star Wars franchise, and hardcore fans did not like it. So you would think, with them making a character in this new movie that is geared towards children, you think that it would also be something that hardcore fans dislike. But apparently, the third time's the charm, because they're like, okay, we've tried it 2 times in the past, let's risk it again. And when they risked it this time, everyone loved it, except me. So I personally like the Ewoks. They're cute. They're little bears. I mean, they're awesome. Why would you like a metal droid rolling around? Like, it's just weird, like a ball. Like, I don't like that. I just don't like that. But that's me, like I said. And I'm not going to completely ignore the movie based on that one thing. I'm like, whatever. If it plays a good part in the movie, R2-D2's my droid. I don't really care about the ball droid rolling around. Like, and like when it peeked its head around the corner, it's like, me. I'm like, oh, no. I don't care about your little head peeking. You know, as long as R2-D2's in the movie, he'll save it from that little weird droid. Did you ever watch the episode of the Clone Wars TV series where, I forget what it was. Anakin had R2-D2 and Ahsoka had her own astromech droid, something like that. No, R2-D2 was missing. That's what it was. R2-D2 was missing, and they needed a replacement. And Anakin didn't want one, and so they had this other little droid, and Ahsoka loved it, right? But Anakin was like, "Oh, he's not the same." And it was this little freak droid. Okay, it looked similar to R2-D2, but it was annoying. Okay, and it was just like following him around, and it was like trying to be cute. And Ahsoka was like, "Oh, come on, Anakin, like it," and Anakin was just like, whatever, it's not R2-D2, we need to find R2-D2. And I think it was a multi-episode arc, but the best part about the whole thing was that the little freak droid replacement was evil, like pure evil. This thing was working for the Federation and stalking Anakin and Ahsoka and stealing information and sending it back to Count Dooku and Grievous and all of them. So that's pretty awesome. If you hate a character so much and you're like, oh, I can't believe this is a good person, I hate them, and they turn out to be evil, that's like the best thing ever. You're like, I knew it. So I was so happy when this little freak droid turned out to be evil. I was like, yes, okay. And then it took Ahsoka forever to realize that it was evil, and that was just so annoying. I'm like, stop defending it. It's an evil robot. What are you talking about? And at the final end of the arc, the best part was when R2-D2 fought that little freak, okay? And there was like a battle between astromech droids, and they were just swirling around upon the falling building, if I remember correctly, and they're just fighting with their little bitty arms, and guess who won? R2-D2, because he's awesome, and that little freak droid didn't stand a chance. Anyways, I'm looking forward to the next movie, minus the ball droid, and with any luck, the ball droid would turn out to be pure evil like the little freak droid. But it's not going to happen, probably, because they've already invested so much in this. Why would everyone love a hero and then all of a sudden turns into be a bad guy? Yeah. Anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed this Tech News Weekly, and I think over half of this turned out to be me ranting about the little freak droid and the BB-48, whatever his name is, the ball droid. So, hopefully you guys didn't mind that so much. Anyways, I will see you in the next Tech News Weekly. Please like, subscribe, comment if you like what I do here. I'm not normally this passionate about the topics I talk about, but when it comes to Star Wars, I kind of talk a little bit too much about stuff like that. Oof. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this, like I said, like 50 times, and I will see you in next week's episode. Check out the sponsor, because without sponsors, I could not sit down. Without sponsors, I could not sit down, throw pens around, and rant about ball droids rolling around and taking screen time away from Han Solo. Anyways, check out the sponsor. Whoop, and may the Force be with you. That was really bad. Cut away now.